Yeah, a whole heap out there. This is Subject Strategy, the king of Sudan, straight for Jamaica, representing South Sudan. I don't know, today I'm going to talk briefly about a few things about South Sudan when it comes to Rastafarianism. Well, we are here and this is Akantu. I'm really pleased to be one of the South Sudanese to be here to talk about South Sudan itself, musically, and Rastafarianism itself. So in my country, South Sudan, Rastafarianism, some people perceive it as a bad thing, but there are those ones who believe in it and they are Rastas themselves. Because Rasta is peace, love and unity, and that is why a Rasta man like me, in all my music, I make sure women are respected, peace is reigning, because it has to be forever. See? Yeah, man. Yeah, basically I am a reggae dancehall artist, but I call it Suda dance because it is my style as me, as the general myself, and I am 15th star general, you know, reggae a meeting. So, truthfully, South Sudan right now is still building its industry musically. So, reggae music is not too much popular in South Sudan, but we are working on that and we are making sure the Rastafarianism push out to the world from South Sudan itself as a new country. There are some people who believe Rasta people are not good people because they don't know what Rastafarianism is. They misunderstand what Rastafarianism is. They misunderstand what Rasta man is. It's just because they think the dreadlocks is a problem. Though there are people who have the dreadlocks and they are not Rasta. It's not a dread to be a Rasta. Zin, just like our Peter Morgan and the Morgan Heritage family say, it's not a dread to be Rasta. It is the devotion and concoction of the art, you know. So Rastafarianism is being perceived with mixed reactions in South Sudan. I as a true Rasta man, I can say the truth because I have seen how people misunderstand Rastafarianism. So the mixed reaction comes in. There are people who blaze up the herb. In a Rastafarianism, we are not supposed to eat unhealthy. And it is not a must that everyone has to do what you hear. So, like me, I don't eat beef, yeah? But there are other Rastas who eat beef. As long as you eat healthy and you're not eating a bad beef. When I say bad beef, you know what it means. Red meat, anything that brings disease to you. And yeah, man, anything that brings disease, you know, is bad to the body. But basically, Rastas, people misunderstand and say all Rastas have not to eat meat. But if your body can accept the meat and eat it, but you believe in the Rastafari, you believe in changing the world, the meat is not bad. Basically, you know, politics is not a Rastaman thing. But I can say the war itself is distracting a lot of things. Children from going to school, killing people, you know, no food, women, you know, development, health services, you know, the war is creating a lot of tension and it is going to take South Sudan back to the start, which is not good, and that war is not really good for the people. As a Rastaman, I will say all we want is peace. And about the interference of other countries is not my concern because, you know, the politicians know what they do best. But to me, the impact of the war is not good to the people of South Sudan. And I will request the people, the government of South Sudan to really take things slow, to take things easy. They solve this thing and allow kids to go to school, allow women, allow health centers to work. You know, people, the rural-urban migration, you know, people have to move on with their lives because that is their home. South Sudan is their home. See? So, basically about the war, all I can say is we need peace. Yeah, basically it is bringing negativity to the people, like to the youths, because the youths will be focused on the tribalism, you know, wants to fight another tribe, because that is what the elders are doing. So if the elders can stop that war, if they can really make the country the country youths to understand that, war is not the way to go. But youths have to use their artisan. The musicians have to use their music to send a positive message to the youths. Since the 2013 war, I have See Them Cry, I have Crying for Peace, I have La Hadimiten with Kes Blanco and Lual, I have a lot of reggae songs that I've put out there, and the people can attest to that. We are trying to really make sure the government listens to the music and they bring it closer to themselves and take the message back and give the people of the country, South Sudan. Zime. Musically, I'm prepared. I have songs that will be coming out. Already I have an EP of 8 songs that is done. Now I'm starting to work on new songs that will talk more about peace and inter-tribe relation between the 64 tribes of South Sudan and even Sudan. I want to go beyond Sudan. Like I have a song I'm working on right now. It's called We Are Still Sudan, or We Are Still One. Despite the political divisions and what, we are all Sudanese. You get what I'm saying? So I'm gonna work on more songs to make sure the message go through to the people, the message in different languages: English, Kiswahili, Arabic, Pojulu, Bari, Dinka language. All I'm going to make sure I involve at least some of the languages. I know some of the languages. There are some that I will learn from my fellow artists, and they will translate to me, and I put it in the song. Or I can collaborate with some of the artists who speak the other languages that I don't know. But let me say the Equatorian languages, yeah, I can speak. And the Arabic, the English, Kiswahili, I can speak. It's a good question. What I will say is to the youths, we need to unite. You need to unite and really bring peace to the country. We are the generation that has to fight harder, because these other people, these older people, they have tried their best, and I think it's becoming complicated. So it is time for us, the youth, to work on something about the peace of the country. For us to live peacefully, we have to unite. We always go to school to get knowledge, so let us use that knowledge and make sure the country get back to peace. I get your point. Most South Sudanese were here as refugees. So as the war continues like this, they come back, because Uganda is already their second home. Yeah, you have to escape the war and come here. It's not that they are unbothered. They are, but what can you do? You don't have a gun. You don't know how to shoot a gun. You don't want the war. So they move to Uganda to get some peace in their mind, because Uganda is their second home. That is what I can say. Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, because East Africa has been a home. Yeah man, pamoja tunawakilisha. Yeah man, because me gun had the music. You don't know what I say. So what I can say is like this. When I talked about the guns, not having the guns, it's because they are not used to. There are people who grew up without knowing how to use a gun. And you cannot just pick a gun and start shooting who you don't know. So these things are all not familiar with most of the youths. So they have to flee back to where they were as refugees. You know what I'm saying? So that is how. You have to remember that these youths, most of them started from East Africa. They started from here and went back to develop their country, get some jobs and, sustain their families, and which is a good thing. But right now, by all means, I know the youths themselves will still fight hard to make sure peace reigns in South Sudan, because we don't need no more guns in South Sudan. You get what I'm saying? We need to use our brains, our minds, and make the country a better place to be for the next generation to come.
Okay, any shows?
Yeah, man, about music. Like I said, I'm working on more music. I've been for a break. It is over 6 years break. So now I'm back. The EP is out. If it is not the war, I'm supposed to be putting up my return shows in Juba and Yei. Basically, right now, as the war has come back, as it is per now, I cannot give out dates of when I have shows in South Sudan or Uganda, but I have something to do with Junub night during the Easter in Wandegea, Kampala, Uganda, Obi's launch. This is on 19th of this month of April 2025. So there's a lot about music that is coming. More about peace that I'm going to sing. More of reggae music. Sudanans are going to conquer. Zin. So enough remember say a Rasta man come to preach peace, love and unity. So if you know you don't understand about Rastafarianism, you can ask Akantu again to bring me. Then we explain more about Rastafarianism. That vibe will be only Rasta. Please subscribe and like Akantu. Remember say it is a thing, a big thing Uganda bring right about now. So remember it a man made. So Akantu are the real thing, the real vibe in a Uganda, East Africa right about now. We salutation. Remember say, big up on yourself. Please remember to follow and subscribe again and again and again. Share it.